Well, hello, my people. Stem to Roots. This is Mike Demba. This is where we plan on talking our way into a plan. First of all, talk about plans. My plan was to come live at 8:45 Central, like I announced yesterday, but this is what happens with plans. Plans, you change, you evolve, you adjust. You have to actually be flexible. And what happened with that is learning how to come live. That's one. And two, I just dropped off my kid, meaning we were a little behind. So what I decided to do is stay to my commitment to actually drop a recording, especially this topic that I've been thinking about. And so I decided, you know what? I don't have to come live. I'll still record, drop, and hopefully the weekend will be enough to come up with something and practice my live so that Monday we will start this thing. Okay, so thank you for being flexible with me. Oh, somebody's waving. Actually, what I've been thinking about all these days as I thought about coming live is I wanted to start dark, right? I wanted to start with grief. I wanted to start with, losing somebody that you care about as an immigrant that left home, meaning you left family, friends, neighbors, and people you care about. And I wanted to start there. I actually have a video where I talked about, for me, up till this point in my life, the closest person that I lost is my biological dad, and I lost him 4 years after I left the country. So I wanted to start there because I'm interested in knowing how other people, how a lot of you that are away from our continent have dealt with that grief, right? Like losing somebody, whether it's somebody you were in touch with and close with and lose them, or somebody that you used to be close to, and because of distance, there was a gap there and you've not been in touch or you've not been in communication, and then you lost them. And losing somebody means you lose them forever, at least physically. So I'm interested in that topic and knowing how other people have dealt with it. Hopefully somebody will hear how somebody dealt with it and actually learn from them. It's that one thing that every single one of us will experience. So it's inevitable. We cannot avoid it. It will happen. So that's why it's a topic I'm not scared to bring up. That's why it's a scared I'm not afraid of talking about. And I'm interested. I want to know how people deal with that. In my experience, 2008 when my dad passed away, it was 4 years straight, because I left the country 4 years straight, where we only communicated by phone. I'll call the house line and we'll talk, and email. That's it. We didn't have even one video call, not Skype, not WhatsApp, nothing. We didn't have one video call, meaning I left my father January 10th or 9th of 2004, and he passed away July 2008. And I've gone 4 years straight of not seeing his face, not seeing him at all. I've only heard his voice. It was even a shocker for me when he passed away and I saw a recent picture. He had gray hair that he didn't have when I was leaving. And so that alone, just looking at my dad 4 years later and all the changes of aging and gray hair all over his head and beard, it was something that I didn't see gradually. It was like closing your eyes, 4 years go by, and then you see him. And so that hit me in so many different ways. And I'm super interested in knowing your experiences, how you've dealt with something, if similar, if not similar, but, your own side of your story and stuff. So feel free, whether it's in your comments, whether it's writing to me directly, feel free to share, because I'm interested in knowing that. For me, after all that experience, the kind of things that I changed, and that's what I want to talk about, because we want to talk about it now. The kind of things that I changed is people that I'm really, 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 close to or care about. I do all I can to be in touch. Okay, that doesn't mean if you're not hearing from me, I don't care about you. No. So let me rephrase that again, right? I try to make sure somebody like my mother, somebody that I owe that level of closeness, somebody like my sister and her kids, I try to be in touch. Like I remember committing to making sure 2 years don't go by without going to see my mom, because being away from my dad for 4 years straight and not seeing him after that, and not being able to see him forever, is something that has hit me in so many different ways, and I want to make sure I do my part in making sure that's not a story that's repeated again. And so I tried to go see my mom every 2 years, and I did that until the pandemic happened. You know, when the pandemic happened, then we had that gap where it went 4 years going on 5, you know, but luckily we've been blessed with having her come visit, and she's been with me since December. So this is what, her 7th, 8th month now. So this is what I changed. I wanted to make sure I stay close, I stay in touch. I always make sure I go home. And now that we are privileged with WhatsApp and kind of like cheaper means of communicating, even on video, you know, we should do that. We should always do that. That gap, that physical gap of being away from loved ones, is one that hits you hard if you lose a loved one without seeing them. That's what I want to share today. I wanted to start dark, sorry, but this is something that we can't avoid. It's going to affect every single one of us. And so we should talk about it. We should not just avoid it, okay? Thank you for riding with me. Again, sorry, slight change of plans, because I was supposed to come live, but this is recorded right now. So I'm recording this on my way to work. Do all that the real YouTubers ask you to do, please. Just like, subscribe, and join this family so that we'll continue sharing these stories. Us immigrants, us leaving the continent, being away from home, sharing ideas, you know, sharing information on how to actually, you know, enjoy our experience away from home and try to do all the right things. All right, this is the Houston heat. It's hot already at 9 o'clock, but I will connect with you guys on Monday, hopefully live. All right, love you all, and I mean it. Bye-bye.